Police say Brian Cole Jr., the suspect accused of placing pipe bombs outside the RNC and DNC headquarters in D.C. on January 5th, has confessed he did it. Now there's more questions as to why it took so long to arrest him. Joining us to discuss this and more, retired FBI Special Agent in Charge and former head of the Chicago PD, Jody Weis. Good morning to you, sir.
Good seeing you again, Jan.
Good to see you as always. So this suspect, slick enough to stay hidden for 5 years, but took his phone with him to the scene of the crime allegedly, made homemade bombs according to investigators, and used credit cards to purchase bomb-making materials. What's your thoughts on the suspect profile?
Yeah, there's a real dichotomy in his actions, and I say that because he took the time and effort to make a homemade explosive. That's fairly sophisticated. And why did he do that? To keep from being detected. Then he goes out and he buys, some components back in 2019 using his credit card. That's not real smart. And then worst of all for him was that he decided to carry his cell phone with him as he planted these devices. So why did he do this? First off, why did he buy the components back in 2019? Was he exploring making bombs? Was this going to be a hobby of his? Where did he learn to build them? He had all the necessary components. Everything was there to function. Then it begs the question, why didn't it go off? Was he making a sophisticated hoax for some unknown reason? Did he just fail in the design and fail to connect certain wires? And then the big question I had, Jan, is why did he stop? This guy went to the trouble and went out there. He was motivated to plant 2 devices. And those are things we have to find out. Go back to the Unabomber case. That guy took 2 6-year breaks. The first one, based upon his journals, was because he actually felt paranoia that the FBI was closing in. That was not a good assumption. I've worked in those cases. We were not even close to catching him. But the second break he took, at least according to his journals, was because one of his bombs actually killed someone. He did not want to kill people, and that really got him messed up. He was very upset about that, a lot of emotional trauma. So he took those breaks. So my question regarding Brian Cole, why did he do nothing since that time? My speculation would be this. He saw himself on TV a lot, realized the risk was there, and maybe since the 2 devices he tried to go off failed, maybe he just gave up. But we won't know until we get further along in the investigation.
What's interesting, too, is that he admitted to the crime, but there's still no motive. So let's talk about the importance of that. And then also, what do you think about some of his family members trying to say he was not capable of doing this? I mean, as you said, he's clearly capable of building bombs. How did the mom not know that? Because police also said they found some of these bomb-making materials inside the home that he shared with his mother.
Yeah, the motive is going to be critical, Jan. If the DOJ wants to charge him with terrorism, that's going to be critical. As for the family, families are going to do what families do. Go back to Chicago. Think about all the photos that family members would give you in the media when their little darlings had graduated 8th grade or elementary school, and they had just been charged with a heinous crime of shooting half a dozen people or murdering someone. So, the families are going to do what they have to do. Obviously, if the mother didn't seem to be that engaged with what he was doing, or at least that's what she alludes to. So, it's kind of typical of what I see in families.
But you made a really good point about some of the calculated efforts that were made when you think about how far back he was actually purchasing some of these bomb-making materials. And really, like you said, motive will be paramount in this. Retired FBI Special Agent in Charge and former head of the Chicago PD, Jody Weis. Great to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great week, Jan.
You too.